So what I want to do with these tires is I want to see if I can get them to work, because they're the old style. Or I don't think they make old tires anymore. They only make the newer designs, so you'd never have original tires on a quad. So I want to see if I can get these to work. I know this one has a piece of metal stuck in it somewhere, but I think I can patch that, pull it out, and then put a tire patch on it, because these quad tires don't hold that much pressure. So pretty durable. They're pretty durable to fix, and these things have so much, they're so stiff you can almost drive it without air in them. So I know there's a little thing in this one, and then this tire's junk. It's got dry rot. I just could not get it off. I tried to get it off before, but so I'm gonna try to get this one off. And then this one, I was gonna use this tire for something else, and I think it's fine. I was gonna take it off and clean it or something. And so I'm gonna take that rim out of there and then clean the bead up and then put it back on. And this one should be fine. This one, I think this one's okay. It has a slow leak. And what else? I think just this one has a slow leak, and one of these is a little bent. I fixed it with a hammer, but I think it's okay. So and then this one holds there, so I'm not gonna mess with it. That one holds there. It's been holding there for quite a while. And I found this at a gravel pit. This thing is kind of useless. It's a 22 inch. It's a weird size. This is a semi tire. It's old, but it's big. That's an old style tire, but that's a pretty big rim. I think a lot of them were 20 inch back then. Who knows? But this thing, it's hard to... I think that might hold air. Or is it flat? It's really hard to tell. I just got it because it was an antique, and I think I'll put it up where my campsite is, and then... This, I welded a thicker piece of steel on there. Yeah. Thicker piece of steel, and then I made a little pin for it. So the pin goes in here, so that this thing doesn't move on me. And that works pretty good. The original thing fell off. I don't know where it is. But that thing works fine. And now this is not going to break. They made that thing way too thin to begin with. And these quad rims, I don't want to tighten it too much. It might bend it. And usually you can do these with a ordinary couple of those little tools, motorcycle tire tool changers, but since I have this thing, I may as well do it. Makes easier work of everything. There we go. That's all it took, was 1 pound of an old rusty pipe. This thing is a piece of garbage. It never works right. Just scrap that and buy another one. Yeah, that's... I think they come off the other way for some reason. That's how it's supposed to come off. Same thing for the bottom. This tire has a plug in there. See right there, plug. And a patch. Oh. Yeah, and there's two plugs and a patch. Just dry rotted. This tire's going in the garbage pile. Right there. There's a nail. It's right through the tire. So I'm gonna see if I can pull that out with the plier, and then I think I'm just gonna use a couple of ordinary inner tube patches just to see if it works. So there's a slit here. See if I can patch that. It looks a lot worse than it is, but it's so rusted it just broke off. I got it. That's what was in there. Just that little nail. I think that's fixable. That hole, that should be fixable. I'm gonna put that in the shop to dry. One thing I could do is get a heat gun or something and dry it out. But I think it'll be bone dry by the time I'm done cleaning up the rim. Okay, so let's clean this rim here. So we got, that's a before shot, and I'll show it after, see how much better it is. But this rim looks like it's shot. I think most people would just scrap that and get another one. No, I'm seeing that there's chunks of dirt in between the bead and the rim. I tried to get that off before. So now, since I'm working with these, I think I may as well. I don't really want to take this tire off, but I think I probably should, just for the better. Maybe that, I think that valve needs replacing too. So I will take this tire off. I didn't really want to, but I probably should just. And I see a hole there. I want to make sure that's got a patch under it. Yeah, let's take that off and I'll. And then this one holds there. This one's good as new. So I'm not gonna mess with it. And this one's ready for air. Put some air in there and see if it holds. There's the valve. That valve looks fine. So yeah, let's take that one off. Brake on this side. I think maybe I should say split the bead. Oh, there's a bit of air in there, that's why. This one did hold air. Or, there was a little bit of air in there, that's a good sign. And this tire was a lot nicer. This one's got a hole in the side there too. But it held a little bit of air, so that's weird. There's at least, there's a patch cover here. Someone patched that. There's some spots there I'm going to touch up with this thing. I think it might help it seal. I'm going to take that valve out. This one's just being really stubborn. Pull it out. Yeah, that valve looks okay. See, that was hilarious. I got that on without even the tool. I was not expecting that. These little quad tires are pretty flexible. Just put that on there. Now I think if I do it, it should stay. Actually, it's this side. Such a small hole. I'm gonna see if just an inner tube patch will fix that. The hole's right there. Got air in it. That sounds terrifying. But you gotta make sure it's on there. And then once it's on there, especially with these, just take this off. I don't want that to explode. There's a lot more air in there than it should be, so I'm gonna drain some out. But basically what you do is you fill it up. You just let it fill up with air until the bead is on everywhere it should be, and it is. And then I think as soon as it does that, I just stop, especially with low pressure tires like ATV tires. So that's a tool. This is the one for the, here it is. Check the pressure. I'm sure that's, this pressure is higher than it should be, so let air out. Just use this valve thing here. Just loosen the valve and let some air out. I don't want the valve to come out. Okay, now the pressure's out of it, so you could let it go all the way in and just pump it up to pressure. I think I'm gonna put about 4 psi in here. And this is a mini gauge. It's meant for testing low psi. It's meant for ATVs. See, it says about 5. It says a little higher than 5. I should just go lower. Because you definitely do not want to overinflate these things. That's 4 pretty much. Let's see if it, just step on it here. Yeah, that's okay. I like that. You can feel with your hand, it's just It just feels right. Before we put air in this, let's put the patch on. I tested that with my finger. I think it's tacky enough that it's ready. There's the patch. That's just an inner tube patch. So we'll see how well that does. That's the tool. I use this thing to roll over it. I think that's flat on there. That is just an inner tube patch. That's not a tubeless tire patch. And let's see if it holds. That's a small, very small hole there. People usually say to use a plug. We do have some, but I want to see if you could fix that with nothing but an inner tube patch. Apparently, I'm actually dumb enough to forget there was that other one that I completely forgot about. I am pretty dumb sometimes. Like the time I almost rode that thing into the well. That was so dumb. But yeah, I'm gonna do it the same thing I did with the other patch. I should have just did that already, but I completely forgot that was even there. I'm glad I caught that before I put that back on. Really nice having a light on this phone here. This is the tool. This is meant for steel. This will do a better job in there. Apparently the breaker doesn't like having this thing and the compressor on at the same time. And I'm gonna wait for that to get tacky and put air in this tire. This tripod. This thing's a piece of garbage. Try to fix it. So this way. I think soapy water is better than this stuff. I just don't have any. Sounds like a gun. to make sure there's no dirt on that patch. It needs to be as clean as it possibly can. Get this thing, roll over it. Didn't even need a tool to get that on there. That's on there. Doesn't take that long with these quad tires. I'm so glad we don't have neighbors that live right beside us, because I could make as much noise as I want and almost no one would complain. Doesn't matter how late I work. I think right now it's only around 8 or 9. Well, that's usually, I guess most people consider that late. Alright, well, let's see if you can use an inner tube patch to fix an ATV tire. See, so unfortunately there is a pretty big height difference. That's not what I wanted. So those big tires could ruin the drivetrain. Maybe one of my viewers will comment down below if this could be a big problem or not. If they're, I mean these will bulge a little bit, but see, that's like, what is that, about an inch maybe, because there's a little bit of bulge. So the front tires, well, this one's 2 inches bigger than those, but I think, I don't know. Someone let me know if this could be a problem if I kept the tires on that quad for a long time. Would it actually wear down the four-wheel drive on it? Well, this thing almost looks exactly like the quad I grew up with, so happy with that. And these tires are just not right. I don't know if these are going to be on there for that long. Or at least that one big one I'll take off and put one of these on there. Because I think that's a back tire. It's so big it must be. those two front tires that are a little bit bigger are kind of slightly a problem. Turning is not quite as tight, and that one that's bigger than the other, it kind of pulls to that side a little bit. So these tires probably could work in a pinch, but I'll probably put the other set back on. And the rear right tire doesn't hold air. That's not the one I put 2 patches on, though. The one that I put 2 patches on is the other side, the left rear one. And that one still holds air like 2 weeks later. So yeah, I think they're all good except for that one back one. And I still can't figure out, I didn't look, but I can't figure out why it won't hold air. But it hardly needs to because it has so much tensile strength anyway. So I'll put the other tires back on eventually. So that's it for this video.